Hello everyone. I decided to make this video today to talk about protein bars. I'm not going to talk about specific protein bars, but I'm going to talk about protein bars in general because people have been asking me about that. And the key with protein bars, and I'm going to talk right away very clearly, is that the protein bars are ultra processed food. So in principle, you should avoid it. I avoid it. I use protein bars in very special situations, although I like them, I have to say that. But if you do need protein, it's better to take your protein from natural sources. If you're not vegan, it's relatively easy, like turkey, chicken, prawns, for instance. If you're vegan, you might try things like tofu, lentils, some vegetables which are very rich in protein. But protein bars, I will leave them for very special occasions. As I said, they are ultra processed food, they are not natural, but they have their utility. And one of them, well, I can think about two of them. The first one, which is mainly what I use them for, is when you go out, you don't want to be carrying things, lots of different kinds of foods, Tupperwares with chicken, with other kinds of foods around. You might be able to, I don't know, if you're doing a walk or something like that, but there are situations where you need some kind of practicity. And protein bars, like the ones I have here, right? Bars in general, like the ones I have here, they are very practical because you can just put them inside a purse or inside your pocket, and they are not messy, and you can eat them anywhere. And they actually give you, I'm going to talk about this in a moment, but the proper ones, they give you a good amount of protein. And it's like, I have to admit, if you're going out, it's a practical thing to do. The other situation is if you're craving some kind of chocolate, some kind of treat, dessert, um, it's better to eat a protein bar like this, like for instance, one of these, than a full bar of chocolate. They have more or less the same amount of calories, but in the protein bar, you will find fat, which is less bad for you, and a lot of protein. So it has an advantage. And if you choose it correctly, they're nice. They're tasty. They're not all of them not tasty. Some of them I will review them later on in other videos, uh, one by one, because I tried many of them. But some of them are very nice, and they can substitute well a treat. So what's the key about protein bars? First of all, you have to understand how to recognize a real protein bar from a, I wouldn't say a fake one, but it's not something that I would say it's a proper protein bar. Okay, so I have here 4 examples of what I would call proper protein bars, and 2 examples of what are not exactly protein bars. So let me start by giving you a thumb rule of how to recognize a proper protein bar. A proper protein bar, for instance, this one is called Warrior Roll, and it's a proper one here in the UK. And if you look at the back, or usually it's at the back of the package, you'll find nutritional information. All of them by law have to have this nutritional information. And there are 2 key things that you will find here. You will find the amount of protein and the amount of calories. And that's the key to recognize a proper protein bar. A proper protein bar has around 200 calories, calories, in one bar, and about 20 grams of protein. Some of the bars have around 250, 260 calories, and that's fine. But the less calories if you have anything around 200 calories and 20 grams of proteins, which means 10 calories per gram of protein, that's a proper one. Okay, more protein is better per calorie, of course, but less protein starts to be not so good. Okay, uh, you have to pay attention because the nutritional information is given per 100 grams and per bar. So you look at per bar. I would say that a proper bar, the whole bar has 20 grams of protein and around 200. This one, for instance, has, if I look at the label here, you see that it has 262 calories, which is still okay for 200 grams of protein. That's fine, right? Um, this one here is not exactly a proper protein bar. It's something that I bought to try because I like Bounty. Uh, it's a high protein bar, but it's not exactly a proper protein bar. It has, if you look at the energy, it has 200 calories and 18 grams of protein. So I would say it is more or less a protein bar. It's in the range of proper protein bar. If you look at the fat, it's a little bit too much fat, but it's still, uh, I would say this is borderline, right? This one here definitely is not. This is, you can see protein written here in the package. It's a very common one. People use that a lot, but this is not a protein bar. And I'm gonna tell you why, because if you look at the energy here, one of these bars is 200 calories of energy, but the protein is just 9 grams. So this is the half. This is less than half of what I was suggesting when you're having bars like this. And I wouldn't use this as a protein bar. This has energy. This has some protein, but this is not a proper protein bar. This is borderline. I would say that probably you can still consider this as a protein bar, except that it's less healthy usually. These four here are proper protein bars. So this is Warrior, Warrior Raw, Warrior Crunch. This is called Fulfill, and this is from Grenade. And I chose this four in particular because they are my favorite. Well, these three are my favorite in terms of flavor. They are really good in terms of flavor. This one I don't like, but well, you might try. But that's it. I'm going to talk about flavor of protein bars, about different kinds of protein bars, what I think is worth it and what I think it's not in other videos. I will review one by one of them because I've tried many and I will put the review here and compare them. But mainly that's it. Remember, I think that the messages I want you to take is protein bars are not necessary. You can take your protein from natural sources. I think there are mainly two occasions where you should use them. One is for practicity when you go out. The other one is to substitute a full chocolate bar, a treat which of about 200 calories. And the rule of thumb is you have to have bars around 200 calories for 20 grams of protein, 10 calories per gram of protein. Okay, I would say that I would try bars up to 270, almost 300 calories. 300 is already too much, but up to 270, I think it's still okay. 20 grams of protein. And if it's less than 200 calories, then it's really, really efficient. The taste usually is not so good when you go down in calories, to be honest. I tried some, but anyway, that's what I wanted to tell. Thank you very much for watching, and next time I will go back with more reviews about products.